Yes.
Good evening. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Yarmouth Zoning Board of Appeals. Today's date is March 27th, 2025. We have four matters on our petition, on our agenda this evening. The first one is petition 5165, Benedict and Christina Seymour. Are they here? Property location is 81 Blue Rock Road. Come right up to the table, sure.
Do you have a microphone? Oh, it's right there.
There it is, way over.
Somebody stole my mic.
Wasn't far away.
A technical glitch. Okay. As I said, we have four matters on our agenda. The first matter is petition 5165, Benedict and Christina Seymour, property location at 81 Blue Rock Road, South Yarmouth. It's in an R4 zoning district, an APD in a Zone 2. The applicant seeks a special permit per 202.5, footnote 5, to construct a barn for storage of more than 3 vehicles. Good evening.
Good evening, Chairman, Board.
Could you identify yourself for the record, please?
My name is Ben Seymour, Benedict Seymour. I live over at 81 Blue Rock Road, South Yarmouth.
Okay.
Looking to put a barn on our property. When we bought the property 8 years ago, I figured, I saw that spot and I was like, one day that's gonna look good. And I know under the footnote, because of the size of the building, they say that it's for 3 cars or more, but it's not just cars, it's also boats. My daughter and I, we have a small armada of small sailboats, and it'd be nice to be able to work on them inside
Okay.
than outside, but, so yes, sir, that's why I'm here.
All right. Are they all the same sailboat, or are they different sailboats?
There's 2 Force 5s, which are similar to a laser, and then we have a Cape Dory, it's like a rowboat, sailboat type thing. Mm-hmm. And then we have a larger O'Day 23-foot liveaboard. So in the design of the barn, that's what the carport overhang was for, was so we could put the sailboat underneath the overhang.
Okay.
Get out of the weather.
All right. All righty. Anything else you'd like to add at this time?
Nothing that I know of. This is all new to me, sir, so.
Okay, well, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to the board for some questions, okay? Mr. Martin, any questions?
Does the house have an attached garage?
The house does have an attached garage, and that's why
One or two?
it's a 2-car. It has
That's
one.
what brings you into the,
Yes, sir. Yeah, it has one bay door, and that's where one person said, "Oh, it's a 3-bay garage," and another person said 3-car garage, and I'm like, well, my garage only has one door, so that's 1 bay. But that's when I was informed of it's the side, like every 10 by 20. It's considered a spot.
okay. Let's see, your neighbor to the east, I guess.
East.
Do you know if they're opposed to this, or?
My neighbor to the direct east, I believe that's Bob.
Yep.
He has the small little property. I sat down with him, I showed him the plans and everything, and the barn is currently staked out in the backyard right now, so everybody in the neighborhood's been able to go over and see it. And
Okay.
the reason why I'm trying to put it where it is so it stays out of his view. Because essentially, my backyard is his front yard, so when he looks out his front window, I didn't want him looking at this building.
Okay. I have nothing else at this time.
Okay. Jay, do you have any questions?
Just a couple. Is the placement of this, you have the sailboat right now sitting in the yard, right? about
Correct.
there. Is that where the barn would be? Is where the
Basic,
sailboat is?
that is correct, and actually, with the 20-foot setback, the sailboat would be if you're looking at the satellite picture right now of it.
No, I just took a picture.
Okay. So where the sailboat is right now, basically the sailboat is going to move forward just a little bit to be under the proposed overhang. Yes, and within, let's say 10 feet, you know, that's about where it's going to
So
be.
it is, it's in the yard a little bit versus too close to the house on the right-hand side.
Correct.
Where it would be.
Correct.
And I noticed there's another, I think your neighbor on the other side, the back side,
Yes,
there, is that their garage, which is right over the fence?
correct. That's his barn that he put up maybe about 4 or 5 years ago.
I couldn't see what it was, I just saw the
Correct,
structure.
yes.
All the setbacks are good with building.
Yeah.
It's really just a question of the fact that it's a storage device, storage with extra. Are you gonna keep 3 cars more than 3 cars around, or is it just mostly for the boats?
Well, I have a race car, which is, it'd be nice. I outgrew my father's shop.
Uh-huh.
So I have, my race car sits in the garage that is attached to the house right now, but if I need to work on it, I gotta load it up on the trailer, bring it to my father's shop, on, you know, so on and so forth. So there would be the race car that's in it and my off-road Jeep. So there would probably be 2 vehicles in there, in this entire place.
How many totally on the property then? Would it be 4 or would it be 2? 3? type of-
There's 4 cars on the property.
4.
There's my Suburban, my wife's Jeep, the race car,
And the Jeep.
and then the off-road Jeep.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
John, do you have any questions?
Just a couple. The work area is to work on the cars and that sort of thing, right? You say hobby, what do
So-
you mean by that?
So on the first floor, and that's the other reason why, you know, when the size of the building, everybody's like, oh, you're gonna be able to put 6 cars in there. But if you, I believe I submitted a first floor plan. Ultimately, that's what I would love to have the first floor look like. So the workspace, I call that a clean room. So with my race car, I have All Cape Machine or Reed's Automotive. They do my heavy machine work, but I do the final assembly. So that workshop clean room is a place where you can close the doors, it's not dusty. You can take the time, measure out the things that you need to do, put it back together, so on and so forth, and not worry about, you know, somebody opening up the door to the barn and then having everything covered. So that's what that workshop is.
Got it. So, you know, there's no plans to run a business or anything out of
No,
this,
sir.
right?
No, I don't have a business. If I need to work, like,
And where's the driveway? It's just leading right up behind the house?
so the driveway,
Yeah, that was my question.
Get on the end of North Main Street, go straight across the road.
the driveway comes from,
Yeah.
my driveway comes in from right here,
Oh,
from this corner. From this corner, it comes in.
oh, okay.
Comes all the way into the garage, which
Right.
is right here. There's a pre-existing stone parking area that comes off the driveway, and that eventually leads right back to where the sailboat is right now.
I got it. All right, thank you. That's all I got, John.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to put like another driveway or another entrance or anything.
Right,
Yeah.
Barbara, do you have any questions?
That was my question. I was wondering
Okay.
how the driveways were.
I think I have a satellite picture of it with the driveway, if you would like.
No, that's okay. That was, I was wondering if, you know, where you were gonna, if you were gonna put something extra into there.
Oh, no,
for
no,
a
I'm trying
driveway.
to,
Okay.
trying to do the least minimal damage, you know, disruption to everything and just,
All right. Now, the race car, is that, do you trailer that off
yes,
when you take it to races?
correct, yes.
Okay, what is it?
The car itself is a 1987 Buick Grand National. I race it up at the New England Dragway.
Okay.
It's broken right now. It's been sitting for the last 2 years, but it's, as the announcer says, you are only as fast as your weakest link. And my weakest link currently is the rear axle, so. But yes, correct. It's not something that we drive on the road or anything
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
my brother races cars, that's why I was just
Yeah.
clarifying that. Okay, thank you, that's all.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. I don't have any questions. I'm pretty familiar with your property. I go by there occasionally when I'm out for a little run. You got a pretty big lot over there, and I
Yes, sir.
think you have ample room between your neighbors. I don't have anything else. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak in favor of this petition? If so, please come to the microphone. Is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to this petition? Please come to the microphone. Hearing none. Is there anything else you'd like to add at this time?
So, this is all new for me and everything, and this isn't like, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna get this done in 90 days. This might be a couple of years down the road, so,
Your special permit would last for 2 years if we grant it. So-
okay, so I would have, barring whatever decision, yay or nay, if it is yay, then I have 2 years
2
to
years.
get moving?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You're supposed to, I think, the technical language is substantially completed, but we don't hold your feet to the fire. We only, if it just lapses and you do nothing, then you might have to come back.
okay.
If you
Right.
begin.
I'm not looking to drag my feet on it, but it's also not something that's gonna happen.
No, we understand that.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, this was the first big step. It's been, getting the site plan and, all that stuff, so.
Okay, all right. Anything else from the board? I'm going to close the matter to the public. Open it up for discussion, or is anybody prepared to make a motion?
There's a couple of things I just wondered. I wondered if, there should be a couple of conditions, one about no living arrangements in it, or certainly second floor type thing.
Well, he's not making a representation to that.
Is the second floor,
If there was to be, so I still haven't determined what building, I know what the building is going to look like. Whether it's going to be stick-built or, whatever, I still haven't made that determination. If there was a place for storage or on the second floor, like, that hasn't been decided. Is that something that needs to be decided now, or?
No, we
As
would
far as
just be.
living space, I'm definitely not gonna have, there's no water or sewage or anything that's going to be out there.
it's livable space or something like that, we wouldn't want to be able to.
Okay. You tell me how I
What
have to do
the condition
it.
would be to be no habitation of the space.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I certainly don't have a problem with it. This work area right here, you're gonna run water out there so you can clean your tools and all that?
I probably wouldn't run water. They have you can buy this, cleaner that you recycle with the antifreeze.
Yep,
And you
okay.
just, you just use that.
Some guys like to have water just for their workshops to clean up, but that's fine.
I have thought of the idea of collecting the water, running, in a 55-gallon drum and then a pump, whatever, but,
That's fine.
that's still down the road,
Okay.
that type of decision, but,
One other thing,
yes, sir.
it looks like you're showing some stairs here. That work area is on the basement, the regular floor, the main floor.
Yes, sir. So, over the last 8 years that I've worked on looking to get a building,
Yeah.
I have four or five sets of drawings.
Okay.
One set of drawings have a second floor above that work area, which is just storage space. But when they asked me to submit something for the first floor to show the workspace, that's why that is submitted. And again, I haven't made the decision as to,
Stairs aren't really for the work area.
correct, those stairs would be there if there was a second floor for storage space. And, it all comes down to,
And the other question I guess I had is, is there a limit if we do approve this? He's talking 4 cars. We usually have the 3.
Well, I think what he's looking for here is he's told us what he's gonna put in there and boats and everything. I think
I'm okay with the boats and the storage. I just wondered about 4 cars. Or do we just
I
limit
don't-
it to 4?
I don't really have a problem with 4 cars. Is that all you need in there?
that's all that, yeah, it would be.
Okay. We'll limit it to 4 cars. If you need more cars in there, you can always come back and ask us if you think
Okay.
you need it, okay? It's not that we would say no, we're just controlling it a little
Oh,
bit.
I understand, yeah.
You've got,
Right.
obviously, you have an ample piece of property there to,
Right. Yeah.
A lot of
not
times the
looking to make
garage
it- Not
space-
looking to make it into a junkyard or anything like that.
okay,
It's,
all right. Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
Anybody prepared to make a motion?
I'd be happy to make a motion to approve I guess it's a special permit?
Yep.
special permit with the conditions to limit it to 4 cars and no habitable space above the unit.
For the 4 cars are in the barn?
No, four cars on the property total. Yes.
No,
No?
not on the property, inside the building, inside what he's asking for. You can't limit 4 cars on the property.
That's what it says is 3.
That's for
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
storage.
For this,
yeah.
for the size of the
Yeah,
building.
Yeah. So it's 4 cars inside the new building?
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Okay.
So that, and no,
And no
the
habitable
building not
space.
to be habitable.
Correct. Correct. Yes.
No one to habitate it. There we go. All right, anything else? Do we have a second to that motion? Have a second? Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. That carries unanimously.
Yes, sir.
Once the decision is drafted, it will be clocked with the town clerk. 20 days must elapse. That's an appeal period in case somebody wanted to appeal it.
Okay.
After that, you can contact Dolores, or she'll contact you. You can come pick up your special permit. You need to take it over to the Registry of Deeds and record it, and then bring a copy back for our records.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
All right.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving right along. The next petition is petition 5166, Khalil and Elham Naum, 46 Chandler Gray Road, West Yarmouth, Mass. It's in an R40 zoning district, APD, in Zone 2. The applicant seeks a special permit per 104.3.2 subsection 2 and/or a variance from section 203.5 for side and rear setback relief to reconstruct a pre-existing non-conforming 12 by 22 shed. The applicant requests a waiver from the requirement for a certified site plot plan less than 2 years old. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay,
I'm Jay Musa. I'm the contractor that actually doing the work.
you're the contractor?
Yes, the owner is behind me. Who's one
Okay.
of the neighbors.
Okay,
But I'm the one that filed the paperwork.
all right. Now, I got a couple questions here. When you say reconstruct a 12 by 22 shed,
Correct.
are you representing to this board that there was a previous 12 by 22 shed on the property?
Yes, sir.
Well, I got a question about that because I'm looking at this plot plan right here,
Yeah.
and these are drawn to scale. And that shed right there doesn't look like it's 12 by 22.
Okay. I also presented you with a bunch of pictures,
Yeah?
and it shows the previous shed on it.
Okay.
And that was originally,
That one's this one right here?
yes, sir. Yeah. That was the,
Doesn't look like it's 12 by 22.
the original plan wasn't to construct a new one. We moved it over, and we was gonna put a pad on it, concrete pad, and push it back in place. So it was, the pad was done for that same size. Then it's been sitting there for years, and when I tried to pull it back, it just fell apart.
Who poured the pad?
I did.
When did you pour the pad?
At the same time, we were doing work on the house.
When was that?
We are in, when? Yeah, around Thanksgiving. Right before Thanksgiving. Because the original plan wasn't, that's why we just moved it. We didn't demolish the shed. We moved it over, we put the pad, we were trying to pull it back in place, and the thing was like just rotted to hell. It was gone. So we demolished it and put a new one instead.
What do you have for a floor inside there? I was in there today.
Concrete,
So you don't have a floor in there? Okay.
no concrete floor. Just for storage. And like I said,
No, I know.
it was, like I said, we didn't demolish it and build a new one. We just moved it to the side. It was just impossible to drag it back in place. It was all rotted, was all on the bottom, was sitting on dirt before.
Okay. All right, anything else you'd like to add at this time?
No, we applied for a permit, for a building permit for this,
After you built it?
correct? Right.
Generally do that before you build it, right?
Well, we had a permit for the house. We were doing
I
it.
understand that, but that's
I
not the way it
apologize,
works.
yes.
I mean, I was over there today, I mean, generally sheds aren't poured on top of concrete pads. That's permanent. Unless you're properly set back. You've got that jammed in the corner, and you've got a building over there that you need a variance for. We can't even grant you a special permit for that. So, why don't we go to some questions here? Barbara, do you have any questions for the petitioner at this time?
The shed it's replacing, how large was the shed that was there before?
Was the same exact size,
It was the same exact size.
yes. The concrete pad that we did was for that pad, for that shed, to go back in there.
All right. So you've got room back there, you could move it
No.
No?
Because there's a septic system.
out of the septic system.
There's a septic and a
That's over
leaching area. It's right adjacent to it. If you look at the picture, the vent for the septic system is right there. That was one of the reasons.
Does the Board of Health know you poured a concrete pad next to your septic system?
I'm away from the septic.
Oh, I know that. You're supposed to be, I think, 15 feet away.
Well, yes, technically 10, but I'm more than that. If you look at the leaching area, more than that. That's what it was before.
Okay.
No other questions at this point?
John, anything?
I mean, were you aware that the previous shed didn't meet the zoning requirements?
No, not really, no. The whole objective was just to put a clean area, so not sitting on the ground. There was a lot of animals going inside. Like I said again, we moved it over,
Yeah.
we put the pad, then we were gonna push it back in place.
I guess my question is, why did you stick it right in the same spot?
Because we were gonna push this back on it. And on the side of it is all the leaching area, so I don't wanna go over the leaching area.
Even way to
Yes.
the other side of the lot?
Yeah, there's a leaching area there.
Yeah.
And was not intended to be taken apart. That's why we didn't demolish it, then build a new one in there.
Right. Okay, that's all I got right now.
Okay, Jay?
So what is this shed? Is it like 1 or 2 feet off the property?
No, more than that. It's about 4 feet on one side and almost 2.5 on the other. It's shown on the plan.
There's no dimensions. You don't have a,
That's
It's
usually,
4 feet on one side from the back,
how far?
4 feet from the back, and I think it's 2.5 from the side.
And it's 12 by 22.
Yes.
Doesn't look that way, but yeah. This is the way it is right now. They haven't put siding on.
The engineer submitted the plan, and it does show the measurements on it. We have a site plan. No, that's the.
This
that's-
one?
No,
not that one?
that one.
Let's see what we got. There's side in here somewhere.
There's no shed on that one.
No measurements on it?
On this one right here?
There's nothing.
Yeah, they should,
No shed on.
I submitted one with the shed on it. I didn't?
You have an old site plan with the old shed, and a new site plan without the shed.
Okay, all right, maybe I'm mistaken then.
Yeah, 'cause I don't see anything that says how far back it is, and if you look at the picture, it looks like it's about a foot off the property line.
How far?
About a foot, doesn't it?
No, there's
It
a,
says that note for ZBA, site layout was dated May 2nd, 2024, but does not include shed.
Well,
It should.
I don't, well, and from the picture, it certainly doesn't look like 6 feet, and 6 feet's the requirement.
no, not 6 feet, 4 feet, sir.
I know that, but I'm just saying, 6 feet's the requirement.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
more than
More
6
than
feet.
that, it's over 150
Oh,
square
I
feet.
know, like, yeah, That's the other issue, is it's over the 150 square feet that we can approve, for just a shed. So it's like got two things that,
So it should be having, you know,
You actually need, with this
20
size,
feet.
you need to be 20 feet off
it's
the,
a regular structure, so you have to treat it like a, you know, like the house. You should keep it under 150 square feet,
Right.
then you can be 6.
then you can be 6, so. And you're sitting right now, it looks like at 1, maybe 2. So, I mean, I don't have any questions, I just don't see how this can be anything but a variance or whatever, so.
No, it's definitely a variance. Okay, I'm seeing the lot in the rear.
The far right corner might have space.
That piece of property in the back looks like it's landlocked, doesn't it, Dick? Can you see that on this one?
there's a bunch of panhandle lots there.
You see this right here, this sketch right here?
Yeah, I did. Where did it go?
This is the one we're looking at right here, up in this right-hand corner. I guess my
No,
point is
That's
this,
a bigger, kind of like a double-sized lot.
but there's no road
back
that
to a
accesses it.
panhandle.
It looks like there might be a access, there's no house.
There's a flag before you get to this house.
Is that a right of way that they have down that one little?
Yeah, there's two big lots in back there that were
Oh, I see how you get there.
access to a double flag.
We have, he's the owner of the back lot, I believe.
Well, he might not always be the owner of the back lot. That's, right now, it's not a problem. I'm sure he doesn't care, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Dick, do you have any questions?
Just the same concerns. It's definitely a variance and, you know, these are big lots, acre, about acre lots. And to scrunch a new building back there and try and fit it between the septic system and only 4 to 6 feet from the lot lines when 20 feet is required, I'm not really comfortable with. I think a bigger shed could have fit, like on the other side of the backyard and meet all requirements in that neck of the woods. That's just not the right spot for it.
But sir, that was, like I said originally, that was the original shed that was there for
Yeah,
longest
apparently
time.
that was there illegally too. Yeah.
Been over 30 years. I bought the house in 1999, it was there.
Why can't you move the shed?
To where? If you're gonna be 20 feet, if we're gonna be 20 feet from the property line, you're gonna be in the middle of the lot. And again, I'm not, where?
I'm looking at your lot. I was over there today. I could find a few places to put it.
20 feet away from the fence?
You could turn it, too. Turn it this way, instead of having it run this way. I mean, you got a big lot over there. I mean, all you gotta do is go inside and cross-brace it and come over there with a forklift and pick it up, because you have no floor. I'd brace it off pretty good so it doesn't rack, then just pick it up and go and drop it in a new spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a builder, right?
I moved it the first time.
Well, no, you constructed it, right?
Well, we moved
Built
the
it.
old one.
Who built it?
I did,
Okay. Well, you're a builder, right?
correct.
Well,
Did the building department cite you on this, or
No.
why are you
no.
here?
No, they did not.
Okay, so you're here because you realize you needed
Oh,
really.
he said, I talked to them, and they said if you go through the, apply for the permit.
You did talk, and he said you needed to come to us.
Oh, yes, they have a permit. Did apply for a permit there. He didn't deny me the permit.
But he won't give it to you until we sign off.
Exactly. But they didn't have,
okay. Well, I have a letter here from Matthew and Catherine Sabat. They live in Chicopee. As homeowners of 45 Chandler Gray Road. abutter to 46, although I think they're across the street. We hereby support the petition 5166 for a special permit / variance needed by Khalil and Elam. Is it Naum? Is that how you pronounce it? No?
Yes.
Okay. This is just internal stuff. Somebody from West, oh, that's you representing Khalil, okay.
Right.
He gives you permission to speak.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Well, I think the issue that we have here is you've got a structure that exceeds 150 square feet. If it was 150 or less, then you would need to be 6 feet off your sidelines. When you exceed that 150 square feet, then you have to meet the actual sidelines for a structure on the property. In this case, you should be 20 feet off. Now, if you were 150 or less, we have a tendency to grant relief, okay? But this is a pretty good-sized building, and you've got a poured concrete pad in the back. And one thing about sheds, most of them don't have concrete pads. They're on blocks. You can move them. They're portable if you have to. This here is a more permanent structure that's not designed to move ever. So, I mean, you've got a foundation back there.
It's slab, not a
No, it's a
foundation.
slab, but
Slab.
it's represented as a foundation for the building. So, couple things.
I mean,
First of all, wherever you're gonna put it, we'd have to know where it is. So the engineer's gonna have to go out and tell us where it is. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna poll the board, see where everybody's at right now. Dick, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just think it's too big a building, too close to the two lot lines. And especially in a situation where the lot should be able to accommodate the structure elsewhere.
Okay. So, would it be fair to say that you would not be in support of this as it is?
That would be correct.
Jay, your thoughts?
I feel the same as Dick, and also the fact that it needs a variance. You know, there's nothing about the lot that, I think it's usually the land that has to dictate a variance. And I don't really see anything about this square lot.
It's a big square flat lot.
Yeah, so there's nothing that dictates,
In order to get a variance, you have to show a hardship. The hardship needs to be owing to things relative to the lot, shape, topography, or soil conditions. You don't meet any of the 3 criteria for the variance in that.
and the fact that there was one there doesn't count. I mean, we had one
No.
there. That was,
We
it's been
really
there
can't-
forever.
First off, we really can't consider that there was one there. You're coming in and saying you're reconstructing one. I'm not sure if that, you're telling me that's a picture of the old one?
And if that was.
Yes,
If that was
yes.
closer than 6 feet on both sides, and that was not built correctly either.
Well,
Well, this
it's-
one that's sitting here certainly looks further than 6 feet off the
No,
rear
that's
lot.
after, I'm sorry, sir. That's after we moved it.
Oh, that's
what-
after you moved it.
That's why I'm saying that. The original plan wasn't,
See, all right,
to
you pour the
construct a new
pad,
one.
pick it up, stick it on top. Okay,
And that's when it fell apart. That's when we did a new one.
I see, I see.
So there was, and it's shown on the plan, on the site plan. There was the one there all the time.
Jay, what are you, oh, excuse me, John, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with this. You know, I hate to put anybody through this, but that's not in the right location, you know, it's just too close. I couldn't support it.
Barbara?
I agree with what's been said. I think it's kind of being stuck out in the back corner, and I don't think, I think there's other places you could put it. So I wouldn't support it either.
Well, in order for you to be successful, you need 4 out of 5 votes, and right now, you're hearing that 4 are not in support, so, if we took a vote today, you would not be successful, and you'd be prohibited from coming back for 2 years, and you'd subject yourself to potential fines by the town if you didn't get it out of there. Can you move it? You can move it, right?
Can I say something?
You can move it.
I really don't know where to put it. Said if I wanted to.
I'm saying physically, you could pick it up and move it. You could brace it off on the inside, open up those double doors, and stick a forklift in there and pick it up. It's not
Oh,
very bad.
absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right.
The,
So-
the issue
Is it your desire to keep it in the back corner?
the owner's desire, yes.
I have a suggestion, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
What if we make it smaller, cut it from the back a little bit, maybe 4 feet or from the back, and that will move it from the property?
Well, I'll tell you what, we could have that discussion right now. How is anybody's feelings if this was less than 150 square feet and cut down to where it was a smaller shed and it was in that back corner?
If they could get it down to 150 or less feet, and by cutting it off the back, it now backs it off like 6 feet from the, I would be more comfortable.
So you want to cut off the back so it moves off the lot line?
Yeah, if they put it at the front of the pad and take it off the back, now you're getting more setback,
On that side?
on that side at least.
Yeah,
I'd be more comfortable with that.
I can do that.
I can do that. I mean, I can cut down.
Dick, what do you think of that idea?
I think, I mean, I wouldn't be uncomfortable with that if we can get to, if it's 150 square feet and therefore only needs to be 6 feet from both of those lot lines, and they pull it back so it's at least 6 feet from one of the lot line even I could probably live with that.
I think they could, if they cut the back off on the side lot line, I think they could get to 6 feet.
Yeah.
The rear lot line is all woods right now, and I think most of it's gonna remain woods, even if you put a house back there, because it's a good-sized lot. So you'd be comfortable with that if they cut the back off? Dick?
Oh, me? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Barbara, what do you think?
I think that's fine. Your suggestion, I think, is a good one. It's compromise.
John?
So, how far is he away from the, is that 2 feet would still remain?
Well, the back is almost 4 feet. The side, if you're looking at the shed, the side is about 2.5 feet.
What we want is, we don't want it any more than 150 square feet.
So you have to
And
cut
we'll
off
go-
10 feet.
Well, I don't know if he can cut, if he's gonna have to cut off 10 feet.
Well, he's gonna be 12 by 12. It's 12 foot
It's
wide.
12 by 20.
Right, but to get it under 150 square feet, he's gotta be 12 by 12 roughly.
12 by 12,
He's
yeah,
gonna
you
cut
might,
off
you
10
might
feet.
have to cut off, well, 8 anyway. You prepared to do that?
What about 6?
What about 6? Well, hold on, wait, no, we can have a discussion about that, that's all right. No. How about 6? I mean, you're taking away a lot, 6 feet's a lot.
I know it's a lot, but we're over the 150.
We're gonna grant him a variance anyway, because we gotta grant him a variance because he's gonna be close to that rear lot line. It's let me just chime in. They were wrong what they did, okay, but they did it, and it will be a substantial expense to this gentleman by cutting it off, and he did invest a lot of money in the pad and everything, so I'm sure that he's got a lot of money in it. So there is a financial hardship here. Now, we have a charge to uphold the bylaw, but as we all know, we can be a bit flexible, and I think if the owner is willing to compromise on his end, and perhaps we consider that, so, and I think we are considering it. So what do you think about 6 feet? That would give us,
So six.
I don't even know if that's 12 wide. Is that 12 wide? Are you sure it's 12 wide? Didn't
It's
even look.
192 square feet, here you go,
So if it's 12 by,
16.
well, he said he was gonna cut off 6.
Yeah, from
So it's still gonna be 12 by 16, so what's
Yeah.
that give us?
192. Still a big shed.
He's coming back off that lot line,
Yeah,
though.
and the good news is he's off the side lot line, which is important.
That's true. It's a side lot line.
So
That's your
That takes
report.
away that part of the variance. The only variance then is the size and the back lot line. Back lot line, there's no trees. So, I mean, we're basically granting a larger than zone shed, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's, the pad's there, the shed's there. It is a big expense, you know, I guess I could support that, but
So could we go 6 feet off? We're gonna cut 6 feet off of it, off that side lot line. You'll come back, you'll close that off.
And you can't, don't push it back to the back of the pad.
No, we're gonna push it.
We're gonna keep it
Gotta
in
keep
towards the lot.
inside.
Yes.
Yes.
Cut the side off that's on the
The
side
side,
lot line.
from the right side, left side.
Yeah, on the left side, if you're facing it, right.
Yeah.
Everybody comfortable with that?
Yeah, that's a better,
I'd like to see plans that show all the proper dimensions too.
Yeah, could you, after it's done?
Absolutely,
This is what
absolutely.
we're gonna need. We're gonna need your engineer to go out and shoot it and just tell us how far it's actually off. Now, maybe off here that we know where it is. It is where it is. We're saying you're gonna leave it, cut 6 feet off. What it comes out to be is what it is, okay?
Yeah, I believe he did that, though. I'm surprised.
We don't have it here,
Don't
but it's
have it,
gonna be
yes.
new because you're gonna
Right.
cut 6 off, so don't do it until you've finished. okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So, with that, is anybody prepared to make a motion?
Not sure what to say.
How about you make a motion to approve the variance with the condition that the petitioner cut 6 feet off the left side as you face the shed, off the left side of the existing shed,
So moved.
second.
okay?
Mr. Chairman, do you also need the condition of the as-built plan? Do we need to have it, or is that the building
Yes.
department?
Well, we're gonna need to have, after it's done, we want you to have an engineer shoot it, tell us where it is exactly on the lot, bring us a copy, and give a copy to the building department as well.
As-built plan,
An as-built plan, yes.
absolutely.
Okay?
Add that condition, so moved.
Okay, and that's for a variance? And as far as the conditions for the variance, I do think there is a hardship here, although there was a mistake. There's certainly a hardship to the petitioner, should he have to take all that down and move it. We understand that. Next time, let's make sure, we don't want to have a next time like this, let's make sure we get building permits next time around, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, as soon as we take a vote on that, we'll withdraw that one. Okay, so we have a motion to approve a variance, cutting 6 feet off the left side, and as well as getting us an as-built after it's done, and returning proof of that to our board as well as the building department. Had a second to the motion. Any further discussion?
I did.
Any further discussion on the motion before we take a vote? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. As you know, once the decision is written, it's filed with the town clerk. 20 days must elapse. After that, you can come get your variance and take it to the Registry of Deeds and record it, and then bring a copy back for our records.
Okay.
We have one more thing we just have to do here. Special permit, we would ask that you withdraw your special permit without prejudice, which means if you ever need to come back again, you can, but you don't need it because we gave you a variance. You agree to withdraw it without prejudice?
Yes.
Okay. Have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, any opposed, hearing none? Okay, that's withdrawn without prejudice.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. Best of luck. Okay, the next matter is petition 5167, Marcio Gonzalez, doing business as Gonzalez Enterprises. The property is at 785 Route 28, Unit 6, South Yarmouth, Mass. It's in a B2 zoning district, and the applicant seeks a special permit as required per decision 4485 and/or a variance from decision 4485 and/or to modify decision number 4485 dated October 31st, 2014 for Q6 use to allow a home office. The applicant requests a waiver from the requirement for a certified site plot plan less than 2 years old. Good evening.
Good evening.
Would you identify yourselves, please?
It's me, Marcio Gonçalves.
Okay,
I live in 785 Road 28, Union 6.
okay,
And I want to open my small business for handyman work, paint fences, plant the grass, everything. But my house very small. I don't have any tools outside. I don't leave any rakes or nothing, Sometimes I rent, and easy for me because I don't have a bigger yard for the tools outside or step ladders, everything. Only make an office inside, you know what I mean? Receive the calls, answer the calls.
so this is just to answer the phone, it's
Yeah.
gonna be just an office,
Exactly.
paperwork, that type
Yeah,
of stuff?
the yard is small, have a space for that.
Right.
If you do the power wash, I rent the power wash, send it back, that's it.
There'll be no storage of any equipment on the
No,
property?
No, no.
No customers coming to and from the
no,
property?
No customers, no.
Okay, okay. No business conducted inside except for office use type of business?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Because the yard is too small, I don't have a space only for my car,
Mm-hmm.
Nothing for tools or big tools,
Okay, all right, very good. Let's go to questions. Barbara, do you have any questions for the petitioner?
So will you be the only one working there, or you have
Yeah,
clerical staff, or
only me, yeah.
only you?
Yeah, this is my house, yeah.
Okay.
No employees, yeah. No.
No other
No,
employees?
no, he's a handyman work, you know what I mean?
All right, and you've just got the one vehicle, or you have a vehicle?
One
and a-
vehicle.
a truck?
He's a RAV4, the Toyota, it's a pretty good sized car,
Okay,
you
all right, that's it.
John?
Did you need permission from the condominium association, or is there a homeowners association over there? or-
It's a homeowner association, I think, yeah, because,
Did you have to ask them for permission to do this?
no,
You didn't have to, or you didn't ask?
no, I know ask, no, I pay the fee, every month I pay the fee for the people working the condominium, this,
I mean, 'cause
These are the rules and
it says in the
regulations.
rules and regs,
yeah, I don't know.
units should be used for residential
Yeah.
purposes only.
Yeah.
So I don't know if home office is considered commercial or business use. Obviously, it is, so,
That would be something separate that
he needs to
the,
work
well,
out with.
if there's a problem with the association, then
Yeah.
he'd have to work that out with them.
Right.
But under the bylaw, we do allow home offices
Right.
with certain conditions, and those are no employees,
Right, no.
nothing stored outside,
Stored
no
outside,
customers
exactly.
coming and going.
The
no
yard too
retail
small,
at all.
yeah,
Right,
there's no-
Okay, okay.
Okay, that's all I had.
Jay?
Given what he's talking about doing, I mean, it's a very small location, and it's tight, all the condos are on a small space, there's like 10 of them, I think, all told or something.
Yeah,
So, if it's just all inside and just as a home office.
yeah.
I don't have a question.
Okay, Dick?
Nothing, is this unit face 28 in the front or elsewhere in the development?
No, it's a side road, I forgot, with a Horace Road,
Okay.
by Seaview Road and Holden Road. Yeah, the 28 is another side.
All right. Because I know there've been other business uses
Yeah.
in that condo actually in the past. I think this simple use of a home office scenario in that location, as long as there's not neighborhood or board of or HOA problems, I'm comfortable with it, I guess.
Okay.
It's in the far back corner.
Yeah, that's that one, yeah.
All right, is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak in favor of this petition? If so, please come to the microphone. Seeing none, if there's anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to this petition, please come to the microphone. Seeing none. Okay, we are going to close the hearing to the public, begin board discussion. I don't think we can modify this special permit because I think we'd be giving everybody a home office if we did that. So we're going to have to make this a new special permit, okay? We can reference this decision, but this will be a new special permit specifically for your unit,
Okay.
okay? And this special permit will be personal to you. Is everybody in agreement with that, that if he sells the property or leases it or something to that effect, and he's no longer using it as a home office, then the special permit would lapse? That doesn't mean to say that we wouldn't let somebody else have a home
Exactly,
office
yeah.
in there. We just,
Yeah, only for me, yeah. If you sell the property, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cancel everything.
Okay.
You know.
is that agreeable to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody prepared to, any further discussion on anything? Anyone? Well, I do think he meets the criteria. I don't think there's gonna be any undue nuisance, hazard, or congestion.
It is a business zone.
It's business zoned, yeah. But we've had this particular piece of property in front of us many times in the past, long time ago. And everything's been fine. So with that, do we have a motion to approve a special permit with the conditions that it's personal to this gentleman?
So
And
moved.
that if he should sell or leave the property, that the special permit lapses?
Dick so moved.
So moved it.
So moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously. So you may have heard the other petitioners. Once the decision is written, it will be clocked with the town clerk. 20 days must elapse.
Yep.
Then you can see Dolores, or she may call you. I don't know how it works. Do you usually call them?
Okay.
She'll give you a call, and you can come pick up your special permit. You need to take it to the Registry of Deeds and record it, and then bring a copy back for our records.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. So that special permit then, it's a new special permit.
It's a new one, yeah. The problem is if we granted it to, that decision, then every unit owner in there would get permission to have
So we don't
a,
need to say that in our.
no, because it's a brand-new special permit. Everybody else can come in if they want a home office, and I'm sure we'd probably do the same
It
thing.
says unit 6, so.
Yeah, it says
Right,
unit
right,
6, yeah,
specifically.
yeah. And if he leaves, okay, and the special permit lapses, all you do is fall back on the old special permit that controls. All right, let me put this away. All right, next matter is petition 5168, Eugene Koval. Koval? Koval? Okay. 19 Bliscott Ave, South Yarmouth, Mass. It's in an R25 zoning district, and the applicant seeks to reverse the decision of the building commissioner and/or variance from section 401, subsection 1 of subsection 2, to allow storage of a utility trailer on the property. The applicant requests a waiver from the requirement for a certified plot plan less than 2 years old. We do have some letters in the file also. You here today to appeal you're trying to reverse the decision of the building inspector, of the commissioner. I have a letter in front of me dated February 7th, 2025. Dear Mr. Koval, it has come to the attention of the building department that a contracting business is being run on this property. This property is in a residential zone, and commercial uses are not allowed without relief from the Zoning Board of Appeals. This is a violation of Section 202.1 of the Town of Yarmouth zoning bylaw, which states, "No building or structure shall be erected, and no premises shall be used except as set forth in the use regulation schedule or in other sections of this bylaw. If a use is not specifically allowed by right or special permit, it shall be considered to be not allowed unless an appeal is taken under section 102.2.3 and is shown beyond a reasonable doubt to be of similar nature and at least no more noxious nor detrimental to the welfare of the neighborhood than a specifically allowed use. There is also a trailer parked in the front of the building. This is a violation of section 401.1.2 of the Town Zone Bylaw. 401.1, camping and recreational equipment. If camping or recreational equipment is parked or stored outside of a garage, it shall be parked or stored to the rear of the front of the building line of the lot, except for loading and unloading. Failure to comply with this provision of the zoning bylaw may result in penalties as prescribed, which could be penalties of up to $300 a day for each offense. Okay, so you're here to appeal his decision. Okay.
There's a use question too, isn't there, Sean?
This,
They don't-
yes,
it
the
doesn't have
use is the,
Residentially zoned.
I,
the use is a commercial use in a residential zone. That's here, too. He cited that. Okay.
But my point is this.
I don't.
Oh, he's just trying to reverse the decision of the building inspector. He's cited on all of them. So that he's fine with that. Okay, all right.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Eugene
Identify
Cole,
yourself for the record.
19 Blisket. So I did have a conversation with both building inspector and the deputy building inspector. I did send them a letter saying that this is my residence. I live there with my wife and 2 kids. There's no foot traffic, no clients, no business. I don't have any employees. I just go there to sleep. So he was okay with that part of it, the business part of it, but he said that he cannot do anything about the trailer. It's bylaws that I was not aware of. But so he said to,
I'm here.
He helped me fill up the paperwork and suggested that I come here and talk to you guys. And so everybody seen the property today or no? Okay. So I heard earlier you talking to other applicants. So there is a hardship in terms of space. There's no way. I park that trailer as close to the house as I can, and when I say close, it's literally an inch or 2 from the house. But either left or right side, I cannot park it any further than that, because on the left side there's my neighbor's septic system and a wall. And on the right side is actually my septic system, which I have a plan for.
Wouldn't you take that fence out of there and cut that tree down and back it in?
That's where my septic system.
Oh, you could park this on top of septic system, couldn't you?
The septic tank is right there. If I drive all the way there, the vehicle can definitely damage the septic tank and everything.
It's not heavy enough to do that. You can drive on a septic system. They don't want you driving cement trucks on top of them. Yeah.
Other than that, there's literally very
Well,
little
the reason
space
why I
there.
say that is,
Yeah.
you're not the only person that comes before us, okay?
Okay.
So I'll kind of cut to the chase, but we'll go to questions from the board, but we get a lot of these. Our hands are kind of tied on these. We really, we can't, I've never seen us grant relief for that.
Okay.
I know that it's tight over there for you, okay?
Yeah, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not even sure how.
And I did go over there, I saw the pictures, and
Yeah.
you cleaned up the yard. I saw the previous pictures, it was pretty messy over
Hmm.
there. But I went over there today, and it was all cleaned up. So it looks nice, okay, everything looks fine, except you got that trailer there, and it's in front of the building. And unfortunately, we just, again, I've been on the board for quite a while, and I've never seen us grant relief for that. Problem is once we say yes to somebody, then we gotta kind of say yes to everybody, and then the wheels are off the train. That's why I looked at your property today, and I thought if you removed that fence over there and took that tree out, now you got a big tree, it's an oak tree or something sitting right there. I think you could probably slide it right in there and get it back behind the corner of the house. That is really the only option I think you have if you want to
I
keep it
mean,
on the
I don't know
property.
how much space I got there.
I'm not even sure if you can do that. It's just, in
Yeah,
terms of what,
I just don't, physically, because if you, the line of the fence and the line of the house, it kind of narrows towards.
I'm not positive you can do it. I'm just making a suggestion. I'm not,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no, I don't think it physically can be parked there. That's what I'm trying to say, because, I mean, I have the plot plan and everything, and, where my septic system was, there's like, I don't do, like, if you look at the front of the house, I don't think if the trailer went all the way in, it'd probably be on my neighbor's property and touching the house.
I
You know what
can't
mean?
speak to that. I mean, those houses are small. They would never be allowed to be built today. for the very
I
reasons
understand
we
that,
have.
yes,
mean,
I
we
understand
have
that, but I just,
Side
yeah.
set line setback requirements for these reasons, so people can get stuff behind there, so.
I did talk to my neighbor, where my trailer is parked right now. It's right next to my neighbor's lot, and, she did sign a letter saying she has no problems doing that. I have the letter here if you want. I mean, no problems me having the trailer. I have the letter here.
I have no doubt that,
Right.
and we certainly recognize that you have support. The problem is we have a charge, the voters of the town of Yarmouth passed a section of the bylaw at town meeting at some point, and they said, anything parked in front, either a trailer or a boat or a camper or what have you, unless it's behind the front line of the house, it's prohibited. Town of Yarmouth doesn't want that. So that's the reason. It's nothing, I mean, it's not you personally.
Right.
Okay, so we don't want you to think it's you personally. We're like this with everybody. There's certain things that our hands are tied, and we just can't really bend on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, honestly, I'll be honest, I'm not the only one. I see the trailers in front of
Well,
houses. I mean, even today,
They're in violation, and they may get caught, and they may get a letter from the building
inspector, yeah.
commissioner, and then they're gonna come in here, and if they do, they're gonna hear the same thing that we're telling you. Like I said, you're not the first person. We don't anticipate you'll be the last. We hear these frequently.
Okay.
So, but does anybody have any questions for the petitioner? No?
I might, let's see, it's just a 5,000 square foot lot, so it's a tiny lot. It's just logical for you, especially in deference to getting along with your neighbors. If you've got a kind of a commercial vehicle like that, or a bunch of commercial vehicles and too much stuff, that you get a storage unit, get a place to park it elsewhere.
No, I do have a storage unit. I just don't have the
You do.
space
Well,
for a
then-
trailer. Yeah.
Well, then you should try and have it up there. It's not appropriate for a residential neighborhood that's tight on a dirt road here to be overusing that site, which is what I think you're doing now.
I'm the only person. There's no one else there. And,
You're the only what?
that I'm the only person that,
It's using it like this. All the other
I literally come there just to.
Yeah, but all the
sleep
other
and-
properties are well-maintained houses, and then yours is not. And it hasn't been. It's better now. Thanks for cleaning it up. But still, to have that trailer with all that demolition stuff in it all the time, as well as a panel truck and car or
Well,
cars.
the demolition
it's
part.
too much.
The demolition part was we actually had a flood. They doing the work, the septic work on, not septic, but whatever work on they doing on 28, right? Right now digging up the road and all that. So the water main broke there, and all that water came rushing down, and it found the lowest lot on the street, happened to be mine. So we did have a flood, and we had water probably 3 inches from the front door step. Not the step, but the front door itself. And so I was using the trailer at that time, when it came to attention of building, to remove stuff and throw it away. And so that was it.
Again, we have some long letters from at least 3 of the neighbors complaining about what's been going on there and the use of the property. And I think under those circumstances alone, I have to maintain the my agreement with the building department.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. I see we have some folks in the audience. Anybody wish to speak in favor of this petition? Seeing none. Anyone wish to speak in opposition to this petition? Could you please identify yourself, please?
Vania Oliveira, 31 Bliscott Ave.
Okay.
Just to clarify what he has been saying about the flood and the trailer, the trash. That trailer has been I lived there since 2000. He moved 2012. So that trailer has been there since. And what he does is he hauls trash from the site to the trailer until it fills up to the top for months. And then when it's overflowing all around and all over, then he goes to the dump and dump it. So he's doing like hauling stuff from site job to the house and then going to the dump. We had issues, I know about the emails too, about the car parked in front on the fire hydrant. He's a person that we try talking to, but he won't listen or won't agree with. If he doesn't agree, he won't talk. So we tried.
I talked once to you guys, honestly, but, and, you know.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
The thing-
Has
okay.
been for 10 years or so.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Okay. All right.
Hold on here.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead and identify yourself.
Denise Bissett, 25 Bliscott.
Okay.
My primary concern with with the trailer, aside from the fact that it always has construction debris in it, I'm concerned about the precedent that this is going to set. Our street is narrow, there are many small properties, and if there are 2 houses in front of my house that have very small lots and have very limited parking. If we grant one variance to have a utility trailer there, it would be easy to have other people who have trailers to now start parking them in front of their homes. And I do have a very strong concern with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? No? Okay. Anything you'd like to add or respond to?
Oh, it's just, you know, Denise here, anytime they talk to me about if they didn't like something, I always clean things up and, you know, everything was fine. This particular time, the trailer was overfilling, and I know that. I agree with that, but I did have stuff from the flood in it, and I also had the van that I used to take that trailer out. I had the lift spring broke on one of the lift springs, so I was waiting for parts to get that fixed, and I fixed it. And as soon as it was fixed, everything was gone. So, but I understand that no one wants to see an overfilled trailer. I understand that, so I did take it.
The storage of construction debris does not fall under our purview, only the trailer.
Right.
I would just warn you that should construction debris pile up there, then the building department will be over to issue a separate citation for that.
No, I did
So-
talk to them about all of that.
All right,
We're
just
on
so
the
you
same
know,
page, yeah.
they probably already talked to you about that. Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
well, I was over
we
there
were on the
today,
same
and it
page.
did look clean. All right, so if there's nothing else, we're going to close this matter to the public, and we're going to open it up for discussion. So what we're here to do, it's an appeal from the decision of the building commissioner. If we agree with the building commissioner, then we would have a motion to uphold the decision of the building commissioner. If we do not agree with the building commissioner and we agree with the petitioner, then it would be a motion to overturn the decision of the building commissioner. Anybody wish to have a discussion or make a motion?
I'm in favor of supporting the building commissioner.
So is that a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to support the building commissioner.
Uphold the decision of the building commissioner?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Only thing I would say is we've gone over what the bylaw states, and it was the purpose and intent of the voters of the town of Yarmouth to not have any trailers in front, or other things, boats and campers or what have you, in front of the front line of a house. So if you can get it behind that, you should be fine. Otherwise, you can't do that.
Okay.
I agree as well to uphold the building commissioner. So we have a motion made by Jay, seconded by John, to uphold the decision of the building inspector. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Carries unanimously. You've also requested a variance. We can take a vote on the variance if you'd like, which you'll be denied. It will prevent you from coming back for 2 years, or if you don't want us to vote on it, you can request a withdrawal without prejudice.
Doesn't sound like I'll get a yes on it, so what's the point of voting?
Would you like us, we'll give you the option to
Yeah,
withdraw it without
let's
prejudice.
withdraw, yeah.
Okay. We have a request by the petitioner to withdraw his request for variance without prejudice. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Okay, we have minutes. We have minutes to approve, the minutes of, let's see, March 13th, 2025. We have a motion to approve the minutes?
I wasn't here, so I.
So moved.
Second.
That's fine, you can have to vote. Second? Motion made by Dick, seconded by John. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. These the only minutes? That's it? Any motion to adjourn, or are we gonna stay? What's that?
Let's stay.
It's just the minutes. Yeah, just the minutes, not the petitions. Okay.
All right.
Make a motion to
Adjourn?
adjourn.
Second.
Why not?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, aye, aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.